Hello everyone, this is Jake from Fife Paranormal. This is episode 1 of Jake's Scariest Experience, a series in which I talk about some of my scariest paranormal experiences in 6.5 years as an in-the-field investigator. This experience takes place in the second floor hallway at St. Albans Sanatorium on Friday the 13th back in May. It was a special public investigation event, and this was the second time we went to St. Albans Sanatorium, my dad and I. The first time we went back in April was really active, so we were hoping that by going back this time we'd get some answers, we would experience more because we're familiar with the location. So there's actually a little bit of a backstory to this, but I will talk about that in another video entitled Jacob's Room. So we were leaving Jacob's Room after a wild session, and I was talking with one of the guides, and we turned around this little corner to go downstairs to meet with everyone else. Somehow, from me talking to a guide, my dad in front of me, and we're walking, my dad and I end up 2 rooms over in another hallway completely alone. And we were in this place called Evan Radford's room. That's what's written on the wall. How we got there, I have no clue, but I think we came up with about 4 minutes of lost time, and no one remembers how we got there. So we're there doing a session in Evan Radford's room. We can't hear anybody, which is weird because they're only 1 floor below us, and it's an echoey hallway. So we're doing a session, and I see this gigantic dark shape, weird, disfigured looking, and it goes to the doorway in front of me, and then darts back. And so I chased after it, which of course is something you should never do. So I'm chasing it back into the main hallway, and as soon as it got into the main part, the middle of the hallway, it stopped and turned around and looked at me. And I was about 5 feet in front of it, and it had menacing dark eyes, this really weird crooked smile. And this thing had to be about 7.5 feet tall. It looked like, if you've ever seen the movie The Blob, that's what it looked like. So I backed up into a room which used to be a nursery. I call it the octopus's garden room because that's what it looks like to me. And so this thing started coming towards me, and it stopped at the doorway. And we backed away into Evan Radford's room, and we conducted a session. This, of course, gave off the same feeling as a demonic entity. Whether or not it was a demonic entity or not, that's open to debate. But from what guides have told me and other people have experienced this, I came into contact with the Muffin Man creature, and it scared me because I had never been that close, within 3 feet of this creature. And it was a really, really eye-opening experience that sometimes you need to think before you act. And of course, you never want to go chase anything that you see because you never know. It could be leading you somewhere you shouldn't go. It could be leading you into an unsafe environment. You just have to be really careful. Now, the St. Albans Sanatorium Muffin Man, it does match the descriptions of the Muffin Man creature. We were never able to get a name out of it, but it spoke in a very dark, kind of a scratchy voice, which is kind of typical for what a lot of people say demonic entities speak with. We conducted a 10-minute session, and it never gave us any of its personal details, where it came from or anything like that. It seemed to really be messing with us. And so after about 10 minutes, we decided to leave. And it's weird because there's no doors in these hallways. And as we walked out of the hallway back to the grand staircase area, we were able to hear everyone downstairs laughing and all that stuff. And no one had noticed that we were gone. And so it was really weird. And as we were going down the stairs, I had the spirit box on. And we actually had the same voice from the Muffin Man creature come back and say, "I see you," and then like a little giggle towards the end. And that was the first and probably only experience we've ever had with the Muffin Man creature. It's an experience that anytime I go there, I always get a creepy feeling when I go into that hallway because I just get flashbacks of what happened. And it's something that definitely makes me a little timid going into certain rooms in that hallway by myself, but it's not something that I'm completely terrified of. It's just seeing a weird 7.5 foot blob creature looking down at you, smiling and all that crap. It's creepy. It's something that will stick with me probably for the rest of my life. And I've had many other experiences with many other strange entities in the Muffin Man hallway. but I wanted to talk about this one because I never really gone too much into detail, and I want to keep this somewhat of a short video. So I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good day. Comment your experiences at St. Albans Sanatorium below, and have a good day.